Hariom students, I hope everyone are fine. So you are habituated for my live classes. So this is very new for you. It is online class. So here in 8th class, the first lesson, the best Christmas present in the world. So by observing this title itself, it was written by Michael Morthorgo. His full name was Sir Michael Andrew Bridge Morpurgo, and he was born on 5th October 1943. He was not only a book author but he was also a poet and was also a playwright and librist who is known for children's novels. He was very familiar for children's novel, and one of the best familiar novel was War House, which was written on 1982. His work is noted for its magical storytelling. So the writers, they have different types of creative writing. So he was very familiar for his magical storytelling. Majorly the themes he will concentrate on the triumph of an outsider or survival, for characters and relationships with nature, and for vivid settings, and such as the Cornish Ghost or Old War. These are the different types of works which was written by him. Morpurgo became the third children's laureate from 2003 to 2005. So some of the famous laureates, he was the third children's laureate from that particular period, that is 2003 to 2005. The best Christmas present in the world. So, by observing the title itself, you may understand the gifts and presents in that way. But this was a different story. In our history, we may recollect some of the years, some of the dates which give some information regarding to world wars or some in that way. So, in the same manner, the best Christmas present in the world. This is the lesson which gives a glimpse of some major incidents which was happened in the war, how the enemy countries become friends, and everything we come to know in this lesson, the best Christmas present in the world. So let us go to the lesson. First paragraph. I spotted it in a junk shop in Bridport, a roll-top dusk. The man said it was early 19th century and oak. I had wanted one, but they were for too expensive. Here, I means here or author, I spotted. Spotted means the meaning of spotted is saw it, found it. What he spotted, where he went, a junk shop which was there in Bridport. Bridport is a place in England where we can find some things which we can buy. So Bridport, the author went to Bridport and he went to junk shop and he found it and he saw it. What he saw? A roll top desk. So this is a roll top desk. The man said it was early 19th century and who is the man here? The shopkeeper who is going to sell his valuable things here. So he said that it belongs to 19th century. It belongs to 19th century and it was made of oak. So this is the oak tree. This is the oak tree. So the wood which was made by oak tree. I had wanted one, but they were for too expensive. The things which was made by oak, it was little bit expensive. So the other was thinking whether he want to buy it or not. This one was in a bad condition, but he comes to know about the condition of the desk, roll top desk. It was in a bad condition. The roll top in several pieces. One leg clumsily mended, scotch marks all down one side. It was going for very little money. See here, observe this roll top desk. Though it was too many roll top desk was there in that shop, but he was interested to buy this roll top desk. But it was in a bad condition. The roll top in several places. One leg clumsily mended. Scotch marks. Scotch marks means burn marks all down one side. So he was expecting that it was going for very little money. Means was selling for. It was going for means was selling for very little money. With very little money, he was expecting that he can buy it. I thought I could restore. It would be a risk, a challenge, but I had to have it. I paid the man and brought it back to my workroom at the back of the garage. I began work on it on Christmas Eve. So he thought that yes, I could restore. Restore means repair. Yes, I could repair that roll top dust, but it is a little bit risk and challenge for me. But anyway, I have to do that one. So he paid some amount to that man and he brought it back to his room and he kept in a garage. So he thought that he want to begin some work, means he want to work on the roll top dust on a Christmas Eve. Of course, some of us have the habit of buying some second hand things, isn't it? We are not able to afford high price, so that's why we'll prefer second hand things. So here our author also, he want to buy the dust, the roll of dust. He was able to repeat the dust, so that's why he bought that dust. But finally when he want to begin to repeat, when he want to do some work on it, means it is on the Christmas Eve. Eve means festival. So for Americans, they are very what we can say, very, they have the habit of they have some rituals, that good things they want to start, they want to begin in Christmas Eve. So Eve means festival. So here our author also, he was trying to do some repair for that roll top dust on Christmas Eve. I removed the roll top completely and pulled out the drawers. The veneer had lifted almost everywhere. It looked like water damage to me. Both the fire and water had clearly taken their toll on this dusk. The last drawer was stuck fast. See here. And finally he started repairing and he want to observe. We are also very curious to know what was there when our parents went to shopping, or when our parents went to some other familiar places. Immediately after coming to home, immediately we will check all their bags, what was the new thing in that, what was there in that, what is special in that. In that way, here also our author was, he was completely pulling out all the drawers. I already said that here so many drawers were there for the roll top dust. He was going with all the drawers and he was opening that and he was observing the veneer. Veneer means a thin layer of plastic or decorative wood on furniture of cheap wood. So this is a thin layer of the plastic. As we know that this roll top dust belongs to 19th century. It was too old, so that's why it was slowly, the veneer had almost lifted everywhere. So he looked at, he find that the roll top dust was appearing that both fire and water, means he was able to understand it was there in a fire accident, it was stuck in a fire accident. From that fire accident, the roll top dust came to Bridgeport where we can buy some things. So the dust was both fire and water damaged the dust. He was clearly understood that roll top dust was finally clearly damaged the dust with fire and water. So the last drawer was stuck fast. Stuck fast means shut tight. So where he was observing and moving each and every drawer, and he was searching is there any valuable things or is there anything else in that drawer. The last drawer was shut tight. I tried all I could to ease it out gently. In the end, I used brute force. I struck it sharply with the side of my fist, and the drawer flew open to reveal a shallow space underneath. A secret drawer. There was something in there. I reached in and took out a small black tin box. So finally he was trying to open that drawer. Finally by using all his force, he opened that. So he struck it sharply with the side of the fist. This is fist. So finally he was pulling the drawer. So it was opened. Underneath, below the drawer, Another secret drawer was there. You can observe here. So another secret drawer was there. I reached in and took out a small black tin box. So finally he found what he found, small black tin box. So the final drawer in the roll top desk. In the final drawer, he found a small black tin box. Sellotaped to the top of it was a piece of lined note paper and written on its shaky handwriting, Jim's last letter, received January 25, 1915, to be buried with me when the time comes. See, as I said, he found small little tiny box. In the tiny box, it was covered with, see here, sellotaped piece of lined note paper. In this note paper, what he wrote, what he found in this note paper, with the shaky handwriting, with the shivering handwriting, he observed Jim's last letter, received January 25, 1915, to be buried with me when the time comes. So this was written in the paper which was stapled with the sellotape. I knew as I did it that it was wrong of me to open the box, but curiosity got the better of my scruples. It usually does. Inside the box there was an envelope. The address read Mrs. Jim MacPherson, 12 Copper Beaches, Bridport, Dorset. I took out the letter and unfolded it. It was written in pencil and dated at the top, December 26, 1914. See here, you know that it is a second-hand roll-top desk. Of course, there may be some precious materials will be there. So finally, with the curiosity, he want to see what all the drawers consist of. So he was opening all the drawers. Finally, one drawer he was not able to open. Finally, with his fist, finally he opened the drawer. There he finds small black tin box which was covered with paper which was sellotaped. In that paper he found the address and again he opened the box. In that box again he found one envelope. See, this is envelope cover. So in that box he find envelope. So what the address he read in the envelope, we will write our address. So he found the address. That address said that Mrs. Jim MacPherson, 12 Copper Beaches, Bridport, Dorset. So he took his letter, he unfolded it, and it was written, the address was written in pencil with the date December 26, 1914. So this is a first part in your first lesson, the best Christmas present in the world. So let us go for the question. What did the author find in a junk shop? So the author found a roll-top desk in a junk shop, and it was made of wood, and it belongs to which century? It belongs to 19th century. And it was in good condition? No, it was in a bad condition. So the author found a roll top desk in a junk shop. It was made of oak wood. It was in a bad condition. Second question. What did he find in a secret drawer? Who do you think had put it in there? So what did he find in a secret drawer? So while he was opening all the drawers in the related to that roll top desk, finally he want to open the one drawer which he was struggling a lot to open it. Finally open. What he found? A small tin box which was pasted with a long piece paper with a sellotape one. There he found a letter in it. So who do you think had put it in there? Of course we will put the owner of the roll top desk might have put it there. So I hope you understand this part. If you have any doubt, please contact me or Uma ma'am. So before going to observe this video, watch this video, first read your text and find out the hard words and meaning and oral comprehension question. Thank you. Hari Om.